She makes like video content of old games, like
I'm sorry,
Juggernaut.
baby.
If you're gonna have these conversations, can you please let me know?
I'm sorry.
They're being insanely loud.
I am. I'm sorry. I was too loud, guys.
I gotta feel in trouble.
I'm sorry. My wife wants to go to sleep. I'm sorry, guys.
Story, shall we? So Bethesda made a big announcement on social media this morning. It echoes what Asha Sharna had already said, that basically she is making the studios under Xbox now perform. She's giving them edicts that they must make the games people want and they must actually start having results, because that's the problem, quite frankly, is that they bought all these studios, Xbox, and the studios haven't produced anything, or what they're producing is stuff people don't want. No one wants Avowed 2, right? No one wants another Outer Worlds. We want Fallout content. So she put her foot down, and apparently now these studios are like, ooh, we got to get in line, and they're actually starting to work on things that people will buy, which is the idea of business, right? Not make garbage no one wants to consume or play, but actually make the games that people are asking for. What a novel concept, huh? Not simply just saying thanks for 100 kicks. That's our first kicks of the day. I appreciate that. Okay. I got an email. I was like, huh? I didn't know what it was, but it's fine. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. Okay, let's look at the story, shall we? Ready? Okay. So, here it is. Straight from Bethesda Game Studios, posted this morning about 4 hours ago on X. And of course, I believe they posted it up on their own blog and stuff like that. So here it is. A note from Bethesda Game Studios. We love making these worlds as much as you love playing in them, and today we want to share what's next. For 40 years, we built games that have entertained almost 500 million players. That's what's driving us forward. Well, whatever you've been doing hasn't been driving you forward, so it's about time you're going to start making the games that entertained 500 million players. Starfield continues. Just ignore this. Seriously, why they started with this, I have no idea. No one cares about Starfield. Let's make this abundantly clear. Starfield was a huge flop. Okay, didn't make the money they wanted. No one cares about it. It was a fart in the wind, and people would rather just not remember that it exists. The fact that they continue to try to do content for it is a joke. It's them trying to save face for the fact that they spent so much time and money making this junk, and the game is terrible, so no one fucking cares. Shut up about that. Okay, also no one cares about a Morrowind construction set or all this nonsense at all, so there's no reason to talk about that either. The future of Fallout. Here we go. Here's something someone actually cares about. Fallout is one of our biggest priorities today. It is? Because the only content you put out in Fallout in the last 10 years is essentially Fallout 76. You haven't done a darn thing with Fallout since. You know what I'm saying? So, seriously, you're absolutely out of your minds if you think that it's one of your biggest priorities. You haven't shown it, right? So, Fallout 5 remains our long-range destination. We have multiple Fallout projects in development. Fallout 76. Shut the fuck up. Shut up about Fallout 76. Only a small group of installed players care about this fucking piece of shit. No one cared about it since launch. No one cares about Fallout 76. Shut up. It's like some obnoxious teenager who loves this pet project they've been working on. They just want to keep talking about it nonstop. No one cares. Do what people want. Stop wasting time on this garbage just because this makes you money. This is hilarious. It's passed over 35 million copies sold. No, it didn't. You gave the game away. There were multiple times when it was free, and they count those free downloads as sales. Millions upon millions of people got it for free over the years, and you think it sold. No, it didn't. You're a liar. God, they're so obnoxious. Seriously, it drives me fucking nuts when they say shit like this. Anyway, we have been working on remasters for Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. They mention it. That's good to know. What's the status? They don't tell you. They just say, we're working on it. Okay, well, that's good to know. I'm glad. I'm also glad to know that Val Kilmer is trending in music right now. What? Why would Val Kilmer be trending in music? That doesn't make any sense. But let's continue with the Bethesda announcement, one thing at a time. Fallout Shelter, nobody cares. No one cares about Fallout Shelter. Seriously. 250 million players. It's free. The game is free. Of course it has 250 million players. We'd like to congratulate Kilter Films and Amazon Studios on 10 Emmy nominations for Fallout Season 2. Me too. Season 3 is all underway. That's good to hear. Now, maybe you should put out some Fallout content so people could consume it in tandem with the show. You know, what anyone with a brain would have done instead of you sitting on your ass like the lazy idiots you are at Bethesda, notably Todd Howard. Like, this guy is running this company. What does he do? I don't think he does anything. I think he just collects a paycheck because they've done nothing of note. How the fuck did you not have a Fallout game to sell when you have 2 hit seasons of a show that everyone loves and you can't sell anything in tandem with it? How dumb can you be? Starfield only has 4,500 players right now. No one plays Starfield. That game is deader than dead. It really is. And notably, you want to know why there's 4,500 players playing it? Because of this announcement. People were reminded that Starfield existed because this announcement came out this morning, so they booted it up again. Seriously. We won't host a traditional Fallout Day broadcast this year. What? You won't? You're that embarrassed, huh? You know what it is? I bet Asha Sharna told them, you should be embarrassed because you're not putting out product anyone wants. Why are you doing a Fallout broadcast when there's nothing of significance to talk about? Cancel it for this year. Because look, next year is Fallout's 30th anniversary, and Fallout Day will be celebrated live in Washington, D.C. So that tells me that she says you have 1 year to shape up and have something to show, and it better be good because we're doing a big event. She's actually, you know what I'm saying? She's actually like whipping them, like, psh, psh, get to work, which is what should have been done all along, and why Phil Spencer was a terrible leader. You can't be a hands-off, passive fucking leader. You've got to guide the troops. You've got to have edicts and goals. You cannot just fucking be sitting around pussyfooting it. And that's exactly what he did. Studio collaboration. The Wasteland continues to expand as we team up with our friends at Obsidian. We're happy to confirm that they're working on a new Fallout project. So it's absolutely confirmed. Asha Sharna went to Obsidian and said, cancel Avowed 2, stop making garbage, go ahead and make a Fallout game. They got the green light. Because remember, that's what Obsidian wanted to do. Obsidian went to its parent company, Bethesda, and said, listen, we would like to make a Fallout game. You're not doing anything with Fallout, can we? And they were told no. Todd Howard outright said, no, you're not allowed. So Asha Sharna went and said, fuck you. Yes, they're making a Fallout game because that's what people want. Thank God someone is in charge, okay? Okay. So also they're saying they're going to work on Elder Scrolls Online. No one cares. Elder Scrolls and Beyond, okay? Our teams are now developing Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 on Creation Engine 3, which is a shared platform they've been building since Starfield's launch. Fallout 5 is currently in pre-production. The Elder Scrolls 6 is our Val Kilmer's music trend is gone. Come on. Well, now we can't even check it out. It doesn't exist anymore. I want to see how Val Kilmer was singing from the grave or something. Man. All right, anyway. The Elder Scrolls 6 is our primary development focus today, with the majority of our team currently working on the next chapter of the franchise. Wow. So you mean in 15 years, you're finally working on Elder Scrolls 6? What were you doing for the other 15 years since Skyrim came out? You all received paychecks. What were you doing? No, I'm not even kidding. That's actually what should have happened. Asha Sharna should have, day one, went to Bethesda, sat down with Todd Howard and his cabal, all his upper echelon of people at Bethesda, and said, I want you to tell me what you've been doing for 15 years. Because you're receiving money, but no product is coming out. So where is the money going? What are you doing? And if you don't have results, you're all fired. Like, that would have been day one, the meeting I would have had if I was in charge of Xbox, the new leader of Xbox. I'm not kidding. I'm not fucking around. You tell me exactly, you justify what you've done with all the money and time, or you're all fired right now. So hopefully, this now means they're going to do some work, okay? So, yes, this is hilarious. With over 65 million copies sold, players are still exploring Skyrim 15 years later. This should be an embarrassing story. It should be like, in 15 years, we failed to put out another Elder Scrolls game, so you're still playing the same one again. That's embarrassing, that line right there. That shouldn't be like a proud statement. That should be like a red stain on your shirt. Like, oh, man, the scarlet letter. The road ahead. Across Bethesda Game Studios, we're building the future of Fallout, Elder Scrolls, and Star. Can you stop with this? No one wants Starfield. No one wants updates to Starfield. No one wants a new Starfield. No, we want to pretend like Starfield doesn't exist because it sucks. So just stop. Just cut it as a loss. Say, okay, we understand we messed up. This game stinks. And move on. You don't just keep talking. They proudly talk about their errors, right? Imagine being proud of your mistake. Oh, I'm so happy that I screwed up. What? No. You move on from it and you focus on the things that people want. Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Fallout and You know what else is funny too? You notice they didn't mention Doom at all. Like, there's no mention of Doom whatsoever in this statement. Because I feel like, sadly, Doom is no longer what it used to be. It's a shadow of its former self. And people don't take it seriously anymore because they ran it into the ground. Modern Doom is not Doom. Modern Doom is this weird version of Doom with the weirdo lore and nonsense that only a small group of people care about. It's nowhere near the giant dynamo of hype and excitement that it used to be in the gaming world. Yeah, there's people who play it, but it's nowhere near as popular or prominent as it used to be because they didn't know what they were doing. It was like writing, teenage fan fiction and they slapped it into a game. Oh, here is Doom. You're idiotic. So that sucks because Doom at one point, like Doom 2016, reinvigorated that franchise and everyone was so excited. And then they proceeded to make two games that were so weird, like Doom Eternal and then Doom Dark Ages. I don't know, man. They could have just kept making games similar to Doom 2016. It would have been fine. But instead, they had to go this weird, bizarre direction with it and change it into something that it's not. And now they don't even talk about it. They just had a DLC released. They didn't even mention it. This is their big announcement, right? And they don't even mention anything about Doom or their DLC here in this announcement. So what does that mean? What does that say, right? Anyway, this is a net positive for us, okay? For those of us who like Bethesda, who like Fallout, who like Elder Scrolls, what this is telling us is finally they're being taken to task and they have to do some work. They actually have to put out the games we want again, right? The early days of me being a YouTuber, I swear, were like the golden era of gaming because you had all of these franchises that were coming out with insane good games every year, right? It was Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas and then all their DLCs. It was like 2, 3, 4 years golden gaming, like holy shit. And then you had freaking Skyrim, which was absolutely amazing, and its DLCs as well, right? You're like, whoa, it blows you away. And then they came out with Fallout 4, and it was like, oh, it's not as good, I don't think, but it's still not bad. At least it's a good effort, and the graphics had been improved at least. And it was like, oh, good, maybe they'll do better. And then Doom 2016 came out. You're like, ooh, this is good. And then they just kind of went off the rails. Like, oh, Fallout 76, oh, this sucks. Why does this exist? 7,000 updates for Elder Scrolls Online. No one fucking cares. Like, make your good games again. What are you doing? And then they've literally produced nothing but Doom. Nothing. Nothing has come out of Bethesda. So finally, they have to work. And you know what? I want to play remakes of Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. I haven't played Fallout now in a while, if you think about it. And I would love to go back to those worlds with modernized graphics and tweaks and gameplay mechanics. Hey, can I finally play New Vegas and not have the deputy's head fused into the ceiling of the building when I walk into the room? Because it's happened both playthroughs that did of it. So can we finally have one where the game works? That'd be nice. And just think of it this way, right? Seriously, think of it this way. If these franchises become prominent again, right? Now, when Fallout Season 3 and Season 4 comes out, because it's going to come out because the show is doing very well, you can actually have games that tie in with it, or games that are at least maybe not exactly the same plot and characters, but they can at least have hype around them because the show is out too. Like, things that business people do because they have brains, not things that idiots do because they sit around and they do no work and they think they're creative and they're not producing. Ridiculous. And by the way, in no way whatsoever am I trying to say that creative people should be stifled, but at one point, someone needs to be reined in and taken to task and controlled. It's not, oh, just do whatever you want for a decade and produce nothing, which is exactly what Phil Spencer allowed to happen. It's a joke. And it's not just Bethesda. It's pretty much every studio that Xbox purchased was allowed to just do whatever they wanted. Take a look at what happened with, 343 running Halo? Oh, we're going to make Halo Infinite. Oops, it's fucked up. It's not ready to go. Okay, just delay it a year and a half. Okay, it comes out. All right, it's out. It's really good. Okay, now we can't do anything else with it. What do you mean? We don't know what we're doing. So we can't put out content for it. So now the game's dead. What? How did that happen? Because no one was in charge. You have to have people in charge. You have to have people accountable. You have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want creativeness. I absolutely do. I want creative people to be creative, but it has to be a balance. You can't have all corpo control and you can't have all creatives in control. Both ways fail. You have to have that balance. And that's what Xbox has not had. That's what it looks like they're going to get again. Thankfully, let's get some fucking games. In 2027 and 2028, I want games. I want games out of Xbox. I want them to be good, and I want them as soon as possible. Post haste, start producing, do it. Excuse me. All right. Let's see here. We got some shout outs to do. Evolonian did 500 kicks, says you should get rid of the Dono banner. No one cares and it derails the stream.
No.
But thank you for 500 kicks. And then Ben Sheeny Piro. What the? What kind of name is this? Do you regret lying to side scrollers in the first interview? That was a good chance to hit the reset button and start anew.
No.
Thanks for 500 kicks. All right. I'm glad that we cleared the air there. Thanks for that. Let's see what else we got going on. Snow Carl tipped me $1 and says that he listened to this Asha Sharma commentary and he agrees. Okay, thanks, Snow Carl, for $1. He typed like a giant paragraph, but I'm not reading that. Thanks for $1, Snow Carl. Appreciate that. All right, very nice. We're off to a good start here today. All right.